Hey, family, and thanks for tuning in to the Al Atwell Show, man. I'm sitting here in the Atwell Brothers brand new studio, sponsored by Atwell Enterprise, man. We got a great show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We breaking new artists, we got some hot interviews, and we got some crazy topics, but we keep this show clean. So it don't matter if you age 1 or 100, you can listen to the show and get you some great laughter. So let's sit back and get started. And thanks for joining. What's going on, family? You back in the studio with your boy Al Atwell. I got a crazy show today. I can't make this stuff up. Why is it an honor to be a baby mother or a baby father? One Florida man got 23 kids by 11 different women. Man, that's a lot of kids. He need to really consider something. But we're going to talk about it after this short break. Later.
Break it down to the little baby girl.
Tag, go get it.
Break it down to the little baby girl.
We be out here winning cause we favor Joe. Don't get fooled off the grits and the gravy though. Oh, no. Could be acting bad, but we coolin', yeah.
Coolin', yeah.
Far from being fake, we some trillionaires.
That boy, that's a he.
Came a long way from the neighborhood porches.
Yeah.
Now the main goal is to witness to the whole bliss. Break it down so the baby can relate. Break it down so the baby can relate. I went from playing in the back row to sitting in the front. Then they put us on that stage just to give you what you want. Give them what they need, dog. Gotta plant a seed. If you're hungry today, best believe you're gon' eat. There you go again with that old spiritual flow. Feeling full and content, but I gotta get some more. Both discernment, how you learning? Hilltop, candle burning, living single. Looking for my queen like T4 with the perm of the natural. Yo, we kicking them actual factuals. All about that kingdom business, some say it's the status quo. It is my desire to get higher, so I dive in. It's paid in full, no more surviving the ridicule. Yeah, I know it sounds pitiful. It's lonely at the top when them temptations try to get at you. I'm flashing, running circles, run that competition. If you ain't up on that true music, better pay attention, cause we be out here winning cause we favor Joe. Don't get fooled off the grits and the gravy though. Oh, no. Could be acting bad, but we coolin', yeah. Far from being fake, we some trillionaires.
That boy, that's a he.
Came a long way from the neighborhood porches. Now the main goal is to witness to the whole bliss. Break it down so the baby can relate. Break it down so the baby can relate. Run it.
Back and forth on relay. Giving what they asking for, I relate. I'm favoring, not perfect, but they like, whoa. Them haters trying to hit me like Bryson, they be like, don't. I felt the pain, no, because I'm real enough. Out the water, I can see myself, I'm real enough. Took a gamble messing with us, now don't wanna deal with us. But it don't matter how you play your hand. It's all a game to us till we bring it to an end. I killed your soul, killed your spirit, I repent. Yeah, that's just something I'ma show that I repent. But he can hear you cause he do that. Couple verses from the man, he make you true that. They ain't do it, man, you know they can't do it. Nah, and faith without work is dead, I know I knew that. But this ain't even work to me cause
we be out here winning cause we favor Joe. Don't get fooled off the grits and the gravy though. Oh, no. Could be acting bad, but we coolin', yeah. Far from being fake, we some trillionaires.
That boy, that's a he.
Came a long way from the neighborhood porches. Now the main goal is to witness to the whole bliss. Break it down so the baby can relate. Break it down so the baby can relate.
What's going on, family? Hey, I cannot make this stuff up, but I gotta read this story. One man shared a photo of his 23 kids, 23 children, with 11 baby mamas in celebration of Father's Day. That's what the title say. That's crazy. So now I go down. It says a Florida man named Shango shared a photo of some of his children and some of his baby mamas on Facebook yesterday in celebration of Father's Day. He has 23 kids by 11 women, and most of them are in the picture, except for the ones that live out of state. Okay, they couldn't make it. My goodness, dude, I understand. You know what? I'm just going to flat out say it. You got 23 kids by 11 different women, and most of them in the picture above. Man, you a pimp. You are a pimp. And no women either crazy or brainwashed. Because I don't understand that. For one, you don't care about your life nor their life. You are raw dogging with all these women. And they're allowing you to raw dog with all these because majority of these women got multiple kids. Some of them I see with one kid, but it seems like some of them got multiple kids with this man. And I'm like, for real? Most women, now I understand some women can get caught up. You know what I mean? You just got caught up. You didn't know he had all these kids. When you got with him, he didn't disclose that information. You got with him, you thought you was the only one. You got pregnant, now you a statistic or number 15 or whatever it is. I don't know. I can understand that scenario happening. But at the same time, you got, as a woman or as a person, you got to protect yourself too. And most women won't allow themselves to be, well, I know my wife. I can only speak for my wife and the women that have been around. They got a little bit more respect for themselves than that. You know what I mean? So you got all of these women, and then everybody come together to take a picture. Most women would be like, heck no, playboy. This ain't no badge of honor. And so I just shook my head on that. You know what I mean? Even if you taking care of the kids financially, even if you can take care of them, yeah, he got money, blah, blah, he's the man. You still can't spend that much time with each one of those kids. You can't give them the time that they would need with their father in order to really be, to have that one-on-one time with them. And, I think it was reckless. I think it's careless. I think it's selfish. But, hey, to each his own. But my thing, I don't have a problem. I do have a problem with him also. But my thing is with the women. Why is it a badge of honor to be a baby mama? Why is it he can be, and it's a double standard. It is a double standard. He go out have multiple women, multiple kids. He's a pimp. She go out have multiple men, multiple kids by different men. She's a whore. Let's just be honest. It is a double standard. Unfortunately, it is. We expect women to be a little more cautious, a little more that old saying, sugar and spice and everything nice, which we know that ain't true. Because I done ran across some bad ones. Let me be honest with you. I'm just being honest. This is my show, so I'm going to be honest with you. But why is it in today's time, it seems like it's okay to be a baby dad or a baby mama? Why is it nobody's marrying. Nobody want to be a husband, be a wife. That's the honor right there. That's that badge of honor that you wear on your chest. Man, I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm in the home with my kids. That's the badge of honor that you wear. Now, don't get it wrong. I had a wife before I have, I have an ex-wife. And I wasn't in the home with my kids at that time. But and now they want to come live with that dad. And now I have all my kids under the same roof. You know what I mean? Now I send them to school. Now they see how their dad operate on a day-to-day basis. I'm not going to disclose what happened. It ain't your business. But at the same time, I wear that badge of honor on my chest to say, hey, I got my girls and my son, we all under the roof, and I raised them together, and I love them, and they get to see how dad and mom operate from business to husband and wife to just family, and we move as a family, and we work as a corporation. But at 23 children, 11 baby mamas, you ain't in the household with even half of them. even if you in the household with one, and she got 3 kids by you, okay, that's 3. But what's that? That ain't even what, a little over 10% maybe. So you can't be spending that much time with the other ones, and some of them rarely see you unless it's Father's Day. So I think it's selfish and it's careless, and it's reckless. It's reckless behavior, and you need to work on your pull-out game, or you put a condom on, or vasectomy or something. Cause my goodness, that's a lot of kids. But I'm not knocking the dude, because he's just gonna do what a man gonna do. He should have been more careful and more responsible. I understand being fruitful, as the Bible say, be fruitful. But my goodness, that's a lot. But my quarrel is with the women. You gotta protect yourself. If this man has a STD and he gave you a STD, just say it was HIV. You just showing your life from your kids that you was here to supposed to protect and love and raise. You showing your kids for a man. Women, you got to be responsible. Men, we got to be responsible. When the Most High bless us with children, and we got to be responsible with these children, we got to raise them the right way. We just can't show them that, hey, you can do whatever you want and it's okay. That's not the way the world works. Because we don't raise them and chastise them and teach them. The world will. And the world don't give a flip about your kid. The world do not love your kid. And the world will punish your kid severely. So you have to, we as parents got to do a better job than that. But yeah, the baby mama badge of honor thing. I see a lot of women out here that really not caring about the marriage or holding that man's feet to the fire to marry them. And a lot of the men be like, well, I'm not going to marry him. But she good enough to sleep with, but she not good enough to marry. You got your priorities wrong, bro. You should have thought about that prior before you slept with her or got her pregnant. If you know she's not going to marry material, most men, ladies, let me tell you this. Most men know whether or not you married marriage material before they even sleep with you. Before they even engage in an intimate relationship with you, they know whether or not whether or not you're marriage material, whether or not you're a keeper. I can't speak from a woman's standpoint with a man. And I wish I had a woman to ping me in the chat room to let me know. But most men already know whether or not you're a keeper, as they call it. You're a keeper. I'm gonna keep her around, man. A girl, good girl, man. I'm probably gonna go ahead and put a ring on their finger. And then if a man with you and years pass by, 5, 6 years, and he still ain't trying to make a move, you might want to question that. I'm not saying you ain't marriage material, but you might want to question his motives or what's holding him up. Because even if a young man with somebody that long, they used to go ahead and put a ring on it. No matter what, we usually go ahead, especially if we've been dating you that long, or have an intimate relationship with you that long. Either something happened to change our mind, or we truly not, or we got somebody else on the side. Let's just be honest. But I don't like where the world going as far as a baby mama, a baby dad. It seems like it's a badge of honor to be those things. Yeah, I could hold it down by myself. Yeah, maybe you can, but that's not the family structure. That's not how it should be, and that's not how the Most High designed it to be. I heard some people say the Most High say you can have multiple wives. I don't know about that. I got one, and she keep me busy. So multiple wives, I don't know if I could handle that. I don't know if I could be like the men in the Bible, like Solomon had like hundreds of wives. Man, please. That's just too much. I got one. And she keep me busy, she keep me straight, but she love me. You know what I mean? And she take one for the team. Like right now, my wife is traveling right now, taking one for the team, helping to build this Atwell enterprise, and I'm so thankful that I know I got a good one. I do. I got a good one, and hey, I'll fight y'all for. Don't get it twisted. I'll choke you out. Mess with that woman. I will. Don't let this sneaky laugh fool you. Shoot, I go berserk. But yeah, the baby mama, baby dad thing. We gotta change that. We got to change that. We go from woman to woman to woman, or man to man to man. And you got some people. They try to be a good husband or a good wife. They try, and it just ain't in them. But if it's not in you to be a husband or a wife, you really need to consider producing kids with any individual. Maybe that family structure is not for you. And don't bring a child in this world if you know you ain't really want that marriage to be a husband or a wife. I think that's selfish, because ultimately, even if you and the husband don't get, you and the man, the woman or the man don't get along, the child suffer, because now I don't have dad. 90% the child go with the mom. 90%. Now the child don't have dad in the house. Even if dad was a butthole, that child still loved his father. I'm not saying my dad was the greatest, but I still love that man. That's my dad. If he called me tomorrow, I'm there for him. And I can say he really did a whole lot for me in my life. But that's my dad, and I love him. So, and that goes back to the kid. That kid gonna always love that man. And now y'all break down, the kids suffer. Even if you get a good replacement stepfather. Now, if you got a good stepfather that love that kid, accept that kid, hey, that's a win-win for that child. Because now that child got two fathers. I got a dad and a father. And if that stepchild really don't see that other man like that, I mean, you know, because most men ain't going to beef with another man. And most of them ain't. You got some knuckleheads out here. Man, don't do that to my kid. Don't say nothing to my kid. Man, go to Hades. If she chose me, you know what I mean? So you can't, as a man, you got to learn to play your role. If you and that woman didn't make it, you got a good guy that come in, especially if he's a good guy. If he up there hitting your kid in the throat and beat the brakes off your kid, yeah, you got to say, you got to address that, and you got to address it swiftly and severely. I believe you address those things. But if you got a great man that's just trying to raise your son or daughter, hey, man, you got to sit back and play your role. In that situation, you got to come off the bench and let him start. In that situation. Because you only got weekend visit, and that man is in the house day in and day out. Especially if they done put years in. I'm not saying come out the gate and they, you know, you playing the coming out the bench, you come out the gate. No. But if they got years in, a year or two that went by, and that man is a good dude to that child, man, you got to play your role. I'm sorry. It might hurt like Hades, but you have to play your role. And that child might not be in that man might not be in that child might not be in that man's bloodline, but evidently he's in that child love's line, and that counts just as much. So that's what irks me when I see the family structure breaks down. Even when I look back on my life, when that family structure breaks down, it affects those kids. You know what I mean? Because at that time, my kids was with their mother. And so they didn't see dad like that. Now, my kids live with me. And now they don't see their mother like that. So, at the same time, yes, I feel like I can give them a better life, but at the same time, they still missing. And now they got a great mother. They got a great stepmother. Great. She takes time out with them. She teach them. She teach them how to be young ladies, be respectful. My kids was never bad kids. She big on education. She make them get their work. So they got a great role model. Great role model. But they still missing something. The piece of the puzzle is still missing a little bit. And I understand that. You know what I mean? So that's why I say the badge, that honor of being a baby mother, baby father, it's going to affect the kids one way or the other. It's going to affect them. So we have to think about that as parents before we allow our sexual desires to allow us to be caught up. You know, that quick 30 seconds. Now you didn't conceive the child here, and knowing you ain't going to be with that woman or that woman ain't going to be with that man, that child is caught up. And it had nothing to do with whatever relationship y'all had going on. And now that child, that man, and that woman just became a statistic. We have to think about that. I saw something, somebody sent it to me a week or two ago. I love the saying, I hope I can find it. Because they were saying back in the older days when the parents didn't have a whole lot, you know, the family stayed together. They stayed together. Here you go, right here. Let me read it. They say, before your oppressors gave you housing projects and welfare, 4 out of the 5 black families had both parents in the home. I love that. I do think it was part of the design to destroy families. I think it was part of the design to destroy the black family more than anybody, because we suffer more than anybody. When the housing projects came and the welfare and the food stamps came, and then they added the child support, it pretty much eliminated the man. I got a place to stay that I can afford. I got government assistance, so we gonna eat and the lights gonna stay on, and I got your money, so I don't need you. I'm not, so that destroyed the family. And it's like anything, the male is supposed to be the head of the household. Ladies, whether you want to accept that or not, biblically, the male is supposed to be the head of the household. Just for thought, for some of you strong ladies out there. And men, some of you weak men that allowing the woman to be the head of the household, shame on you. Because you got to be the protector of your family. And not saying, ladies, you can't do your thing. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying the male is the protector of the household. He got to be the go-getter. Whether, in a lot of women making more money than men now, so it's not about the money. You got to just protect and lead your family. Lead your family. Heck, my wife made more money than me at one point. Think I cared? No, because at the end of the day, I know I'm the head of this household. I know I'm going to lead this family. And I know my wife going to respect that. So I'm very comfortable when it was like that. Now I could care less. But going back to the design part of it, I think that was all a design to strip the male out of the household. Because if like anything, you cut the head off of anything, and the male's supposed to be the head, you cut the head off of anything, the body dies. The body dies. And now you forcing mama to have to work overtime and be. I can't stand when women say I'm the male and I'm the mom and the dad. No, you can't. I'm sorry, you can't. You shouldn't put that in the kid's head. That's wrong to say that. You can't be the mother and the father. You just can't. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, you might have made a bad choice with the man. And not all men are good men. Not all of them are good men. Let me say that too. Because you're a violent man. You're up here beating on that woman. You are doing drugs in the household. You got alcohol problems. And can't hold a job down. If you can't hold a job down due to your own laziness, that's on you. If you can't hold a job down just because you're getting discriminated against, now we got a bigger problem. So not all men are good men. So I understand some of the ladies have to kick these men to the curb. I understand that. But ladies, all I'm saying is that look at it before you have produced a child with this man. Those tendencies is already there. They're there. As from a man, we show our card early. We just like an animal. If you ever seen those animal fight nights or whatever, I love that show. It's crazy how the male animal always try to bow up to be bigger and dance or whatever, just try to impress the woman. We show our card very early, and you guys have to peep that. But yes, so if these men ain't holding their business, you got to kick them to the curb. But just don't kick them to the curb because you know you can get the child support or other assistance. Because you got to think about the child. You got to think about the child. And vice versa, man. You got to hold it together and do whatever you got to do. If you got to work 2 or 3 jobs to stay in the house with that woman and that child, do what you got to do. Don't be a baby. And marry her. Marry him. Don't be no baby mama, no baby dad. Ain't nothing proud for about that. Ain't nothing good about that. Ain't nothing good can come out of that. God ain't honoring that. The most I know I done heard a lot of people say, well, as soon as you penetrate that woman, y'all consider married. Okay, well, if that's what you think, well, go ahead. I don't know. I don't know. But I do know you take a vow before the Most High. I don't believe you do have to go to the courthouse and be married. And I don't believe you got to go that route. That's a legal way to be married through the state. But I believe that there's other ways to be married biblically. I believe you get with that woman, y'all take vows before God. Y'all take a vow before the Most High. You know what I mean? And I believe you married that way too. So, but we got to stay together. We got to keep the family structure together. Look at your other races. They had their problems too. They had their baby mama and baby daddies too. Yeah, they do. And a lot of our problems is we're still under that curse of Deuteronomy 28. A lot of people don't believe that black folks are cursed under the Deuteronomy 28 curses or Leviticus 26. A lot of people would not say that. They don't believe that. They think that those curses don't exist. I can beg to differ. I beg to differ because everything in those curses we still going through, if you read it, and then been through. So I beg to differ on that. But you know, I just we got to stay together. But let's take a short break. This has been a pretty long show. Let's take a short break, and we'll be right back. Here's my man Timo Goody.
But it's like this, the South got something to say. That's all I got to say. Self-destruction. Self-destruction. Ain't nothing changed, so the South is saying something. Yeah, cause it's still self-destruction. Cause it's still self-destruction. From same game to self-destruction. Ain't nothing changed, so the South is saying something. Cause we're all in the same game. Cause we're all in the same game. Let's do it for Trayvon. Let's do it for young Jordan Davis. Let's do it for Lando Castillo. Let's do it for Brother Al Sterling. Let's do it for Brother Mike Brown. Let's do it for the A-Town and everybody who been affected. Police out here killing young black men. It's a trend. That's why I read the Willie Lynch letter to the end. And unify my brothers, all colors represent for terrorist culture. Why they have to shoot my brothers?
Babies is having babies and parents ain't raising them.
Sons, they need their daddy, but daddy pack up and run.
The Big Brother program, woman, I just in your diaphragm.
Ain't no more yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am.
The domino effect, it involves the lottery.
The Willie Lynch letter is the dollar that's killing me.
The noose is in the road, my people are losing hope. We all need cleaning, so let's go and buy the soap.
Hussein gang is self-destruction. Ain't nothing changed, so the South is saying something. Yeah, cause it's still self-destruction. Cause it's still self-destruction. Hussein gang is self-destruction. Ain't nothing changed, so the South is saying something.
Gangsta wicked up in here. The
Cause we all in the same game. Cause we all in the same game.
A massive boycott. That might be the answer. This black on black shit, it should be in a pamper. Some of us die in the streets, some of us die from cancer. The day we come together is one, I'll be a happy camper. I got my brothers and the sisters in the back of me. Disrespect this deck, we R-I-O-T. Black on black crime, I serve that platter. We in the hood screaming Black Lives Matter.
I'm from the paper chasing generation 80s, baby, known to grind solid. We was brought up, taught our dollars come with doing time. OG, when you keep it quiet, rob and kill our own kind. Them 300 years gone, tell her home, free your mind. Strategize, go organize what you stand for. On God, I'ma ride, I ain't dying with my hands up. Or in handcuffs, it's them or us, ain't nothing changed. Cause we all brothers of the struggle, gang, bread.
Adamsville, Southside, Decatur. Living for the truth and the spirit of our nature. Cause you all know they hate us. So why take the energy from your melanin energy and help your brother? Getting tired of these clowns. Stop killing each other. And fuck everybody, let's rep each other. That's the only way we make it if we stand together. And put it on your life, never hurt your brother. Hussein gang is self-destruction. Ain't nothing changed, so the South is saying something. Yeah, cause it's still self-destruction. Cause it's still self-destruction. Hussein gang is self-destruction. Ain't nothing changed, so the South is saying something.
Yeah.
Cause we all in the same game. Cause we all in the same game.
What you really know about the dirty South? I met some good black people over Rico House. And y'all wanna ask me if Black Lives Matter? It's fried chicken crispy, don't forget the pepper. Y'all know y'all like the way we come together and stand tall. Black people holding hands, cause we ain't gonna never fall. Y'all know y'all like the way we talk when we say nonsense. Holla at me later, folk. Y'all know we ain't fucking
The
playing.
revolution won't be televised. Then again, you might catch me on CNN with a bump between the devil's eyes. And I might not make it out alive. Even if my hands up and I comply, we still die. And it's a war on the middle class. So what that Leo broke at? Out of time, boy, and out of gas. While you waiting on the net, man? For what? Geez, your see something. It's still self-destruction. Hussein gang is self-destruction. Ain't nothing changed, so the South is saying something. Yeah, cause it's still self-destruction. Cause it's still self-destruction. Hussein gang is self-destruction. Ain't nothing changed, so the South is saying something. Cause we all in the same game. Cause we all in the same game.
All in the same game. We all call humane. It was self-destruct, we would never win the game. Florida Gator with my chops. Boy in the swamps down here in Miami. We got something.
Never let the devil take your mainframe.
Hey, if you got a need for advertisement, you are in the right place. Let Edward Brothers advertise for you. It only costs as low as $25 a week or $75 a month on our many platforms. Please visit edwardbros.com and look around in our e-store. And I'm sure we have a package that will suit your needs. Thanks for visiting and listening. Look forward to working with you. Hey, family, and thanks for tuning in to the Al Edward Show, man. I'm sitting here in the Atwood Brothers brand new studio, sponsored by Atwood Enterprise, man. We got a great show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We breaking new artists. We got some hot interviews, and we got some crazy topics, but we keep this show clean. So it don't matter if you age 1 or 100, you can listen to the show and get you some great laughter. So let's sit back and get started. And thanks for joining.
Crank it up.
What's going on, family? You back with your boy Al Atwell. We was talking about we didn't talk so much stuff today about this show here, about the guy that had 23 kids, 11 baby mamas, and all this baby mama and baby dad and just homes, and we gotta be better. We just gotta be better. You know what I mean? We are built and made for more. We gotta fulfill our promise. You only get one life, one vessel. And what are you gonna do with it? You know, at the end of the day, when you can sit in a mirror or a chair, sit in front of a mirror, or sit in a mirror, but sit in a chair or in front of a mirror and you look at yourself. What are your accomplishments? What have you done with your life? Are you happy? Are you content? Or you got goals you left unfulfilled? Because there's plenty unfulfilled goals in the graveyard. Did you do everything you say? Did you go places you say you want to visit? You know, did you visit the places you say you want to visit? Did you see people you want to see? Did you meet the people you want to meet? Did you get the job? You know, and you're not gonna get every job, but did you fulfill 75 to 80% of your goals list? I don't think we will fulfill 100% of our goals because everything is not in the card for you. You know, we was like, got to get associates, then a bachelor's, then a master's, then a PhD. You might get your master's and be like, man, I'm tired of school. You might build that company to a couple $1 million or a couple $100,000. You might say, I want to make $1 million in my lifetime, or have $1 million business, but only get to 500,000. So not everything is in your goal list. Not everything is in your card. I don't think you're gonna fulfill everything on your goal list, but you should try. You should try hard. But one of the things that should be on your goals list, especially if you got kids, spend time with your children. Teach them in the ways they should go. It's too much foolishness out here. It's too much distraction out here. Kids feel like they have to be entertained from the time their eyes open to the time their eyes close at night. We got to put a book in front of them. We got to turn off the television. And I'm talking to myself right now as well. We got to raise our kids right. They always say if you want to hide something from somebody, put it in a book. Nobody read anymore. If it ain't on YouTube, Facebook, Google, we not reading anymore. We're not taking the time out to study and show ourselves approved anymore. We want it fast. We want people to just tell us. Even with the pastors in the church, even when we go to church, we're not showing ourselves, we're not studying to show ourselves approved. We sitting up there taking the word from the pastor every Sunday. And what is the pastors not studying? What is the pastors not showing themselves approved? Now you taking an empty word from a person who's empty. And you're not studying and making sure that that person is on track. We have to hold everybody accountable. That goes back to the men and the women I've been talking about earlier. Holding these people accountable. Because ultimately, when you decide to get with a person, there are risks. Especially in today's time. It's always been risk, but especially in today's time. There's running the risk of STD, risk of pregnancy, risk of psycho. You can just stumble upon a psycho, but you can't get rid of a person. Every time you look around, that person's there. That's scary. You go to work, that person's there. You come home, that person. I'm talking about like stalking type scary, not in your home, but stalker type scary. It happens all the time. You know, you can make a mistake and run up on a crazy psycho person. What are you supposed to do with that? So before we quick to jump in the sack, we need to evaluate these people. Evaluate them. What's wrong with taking a little time and just say, hey, I need to make sure this person on point. You know, is it wrong to visit a person's house? And I'm not saying don't let just anybody come to your house, ladies, especially the ladies, because men are crazy too. But if it's wrong to Google that person, I don't know. I'm asking a question right now because I think you have to protect yourself at this point, especially if you're not married. If you're not married, you're still out here on the dating game, you got to protect yourself. You just can't jump in the sack with anybody. Too much stuff can go wrong. And what will go wrong, what can go wrong, will go wrong. Too much stuff can happen. So I hope this show touched somebody. I hope this show make you think. And remember, it's always the kids that's affected when we got a man and a woman who conceive a child and not married or not in the household together. I prefer to be married. Even if you're living with somebody, at least work toward your marriage. Work toward getting married, I should say. Take that vow before the Most High. And then you guarantee your life a change for the better. Be there for men, be there for your kids, your sons and daughters. Women, be there for your sons and daughters. They need you. They need you. We got to do the right thing by these kids. Even if your parents wasn't there, your mom and dad wasn't there for you. Do the right thing by yours. Show God that He can trust you with what He gave you. And with that, man, God bless y'all. All praises to Yeshua HaMashiach. That's Jesus Christ in Hebrew, who don't know what the world call him, Jesus Christ. But his name is Yeshua. And HaMashiach means Messiah. So until next time, y'all be good. Later.